All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Can you hear me clearly, guys? Can you hear me clearly? If you can hear me clearly, I want you to put it in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the remote closing free training, the masterclass that you have been wanting to join. Can you hear me clearly? If you can, put it in the chat. Okay, cool. Welcome, Yemi. Welcome, Favor. Welcome, Xiaomi. Welcome, Imaji. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know, where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? Lagos, Lagos, Jos. I can see that. Jos. Put it in the chat. Where are you joining from? Enugu, Lagos, Delta State. Okay. I can see other people on this side joining from different parts of the world. And Lagos, Nigeria, Edo State, Delta. Welcome. All right, good. Let's dive right into it, okay? I know that you're here for something, and I want to give it to you. All right, so in this masterclass, you're going to discover the little-known way to make anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 a month as a sales rep from home. You don't need to own a business. No need to worry about marketing or spending on ads. No product to create. No service to deliver. And you don't need any tech skills, all right? All you have to do is to hop on a Zoom call with strangers and help them find the right product or service for their needs. It is as simple as that. Okay? So, I'm about to share with you a guaranteed way to go from zero to $1,000 to $5,000 a month. Sorry about that. I need to do... Okay, sorry about that. So, I'm about to show you a guaranteed way to go from zero to making $1,000 to $5,000 a month, no experience or special skills needed. This to me is the best way to start making money fast with a short learning curve. Unlike tech, crypto, affiliate marketing, forex, Amazon FBA, or dropshipping, which might take time to master. And the best part of this is you won't be running your own business. You'll be working for an established company. So I want to know if you're ready to learn about the unconventional way to make money in 2025 as a remote sales rep, remote sales high ticket closer. I want you to type "I'm ready" in the comment section. I want you to type "I'm ready" in the comment section. Okay. How many of you can see my screen? All right, I can see that I'm ready. I'm ready. I can see Michael. I can see Jonathan. I can see Comfort. I can see Blessing. Okay, I'm ready. Good. Great, great, great. That's good to know. All right, so what you're seeing on my screen, for those of you who can actually see my screen, these are commissions that I earned just by talking to strangers. Just by talking to strangers, okay? For those of you on TikTok Live, you won't be able to see it because this is a Zoom masterclass, right? We're having this on Zoom, okay? So you won't be able to see my screen. The best that I can do for you guys is to do this. No, you won't be able to see my screen. So just join on Zoom, okay? Or just participate like this. All right, so these, for those of you who can see my screen, these are just commissions that I earn. Those are actual dollars. Those actually came into my account, okay? This is money that I closed for somebody else. These are screenshots of me closing deals, $7,600 paid. I literally was calling myself the Wolf of Yaba Street. If you've heard of the Wolf of Wall Street before, I started giving myself the name Wolf of Yaba Street, right? Just because of it had a ring to it. On this side, you see me closing a 15.5K closed deal, right? These are deals that I closed. All of these are real. And it's not just me, but my students are getting results too. This is one of my guys, collected 1,500 from a client for a service. This guy just started and he'll be getting anywhere between $30 to $300 as their hot leads. This one was one of my students, Gideon, who is getting a base pay of $800, all right, and then has a performance pay, meaning that he's going to be earning two ways. Number one is base pay. That means that whatever happens at the end of the month, he gets $800. But that's not what he's aiming for. He's aiming to make a lot more money, and so he has a performance pay on top of that. So if you follow the roadmap I'll be sharing in this free training, you're guaranteed to make at least $1,000 to $5,000 every single month. And at the end, I have an exclusive offer for a few people, just a few people who want to go even deeper. These are the ones who always say, Bruno, thanks for the training, but can I get more coaching? Before I continue, I want you guys to know that this training will last for 45 minutes. And I'll be revealing the secrets to financial freedom. So I want you to be patient and stick around until the end, because I have a special gift for those who stay till the end. All right. Now, let me break it down for you, because you're not just going to be an ordinary sales rep. Now, what exactly does a sales rep is, or what exactly does a sales rep do? A sales rep is someone who just sells a company's products or services by guiding customers through the buying process. All right. And you get paid a lot more for selling high-ticket products for these companies. Your earnings come from commissions, which depend on the price of the product. And the best part is you do all of it remotely without ever stepping foot into the company. And this high-ticket closing skill made me over $200,000 in the last 24 months, and it has helped my students make a lot of money too. And all we had to do was sit at home, take calls, and help people decide on the right product or service for them. So like I said earlier, the difference with being a high-ticket closer, instead of getting a fixed monthly salary, we earn commissions for every customer who makes a buying decision after speaking with us on Zoom. That means the more sales you close, the more money you make. So as a high-ticket closer, instead of getting a fixed salary, you get commissions, which are more than a salary. Here's one of my students. He said, boss, I just made my first set called Booked for the Closer. I'm ready to crush it. This was someone who just started less than 2 weeks ago. This is another one. It was like they agreed to pay me 15% commission per sale. The service cost $1,000. So he gets $150 for every sale he makes. And it was like, now I have 2 jobs now. Thanks for your mentorship, Bruno. Much appreciated. This is one of my students, Ruth Adebayo. She's saying, after joining the community and learning from Bruno, I can confidently close any deal I put my mind to. I would recommend Bruno's teaching to anyone, 110%. Someone is saying, can those outside the country join? Yes. Again, these are just some screenshots, right? I know now you're curious and wondering, how can I start making this kind of money too? But take a deep breath, calm down for a moment, because here is an interesting question from one of the greatest investors of all time. He says, never invest in a business you cannot understand. Now, I want to ask you, would you agree that before jumping into high-ticket sales, it's crucial for you to understand the basics of the skill and how it works? Exactly. Exactly. It's crucial, right? So let us understand how and what high ticket sales is and how it operates. Okay. I think I like that light better. Now, I'm going to break down what high ticket sales is, how it works. But before that, I want to clarify this, all right? Because I've been saying this a lot. You've heard me say it on my WhatsApp, You've heard me say it on TikTok. You've heard me say it everywhere. This skill, this training is not for everybody. All right. So it's only for people who have, number one, stable internet connection. All right. If you don't have an internet connection, this skill is called remote high ticket sales, meaning that you need to have skills. You need to have skills that can be transferred online. If your internet is not good, or you don't have good internet connection, there is nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do. All right. Number two, you need to be able to communicate in English fluently. Now, it does not mean that you need to be using big grammar. Because somebody said to me, Bruno, I know how to speak fluently, but I don't, this big grammar, Omo, it's not about big grammar, right? It's not about big grammar. You need to just be able to communicate fluently, because you're going to be selling for people who speak English to people who speak English at least. All right. Number three is you don't mind talking to people over Zoom. So if you're somebody who is like, Omo Bruno, no, hey, I don't want to show my face. I don't want to put my face out there. Must I show my face? It's not for you. Just go and look for something else. The other things you can do, this one is not for you. And number four is for people who are hungry to change their story. So who is this for? It's for stay-at-home moms, single moms, 9 to 5ers, students, people with zero experience or sales skills, and freelancers. It's also for business owners who want to learn how to sell better. Now, let's talk about who this is not for. This is not for lazy people. People who are always on the lookout for fast money, people not willing to put in the work, all right? And people who don't want to invest any time at all to make money. So I want to know if you're still with me on live and on Zoom. I want you to drop your favorite emoji in the comments. I need to know those of you that are still with me. I see. My people are here. Macintosh, James, Favor, Naheem, Emerald, TT, Katie Smiles. I see you guys. All right, let's go. So why does this skill stand out in 2025? This is why I think remote high ticket sales is one of the best skills you can learn. Number one is you have higher earnings. Higher earnings. Number two, it's easy to learn. It's easy to learn. Number three, you have remote flexibility. So you can work from anywhere in the world. You can work in your pajamas, in your bedroom, you can work. Number four is you don't need to own a product, right? You don't need to own a product. Number five, you don't need to chase customers. You don't need to start doing, where will customers come from? Where will customers come from? Well, no. Number six, you don't need experience. And number seven, you don't need any marketing effort, meaning you don't have to go and start generating leads, learning Facebook ads, and all of these things. Nope. You don't need all of these skills to stand out in remote high ticket sales. All you need to do is to be able to make calls, Zoom calls, right, as you can see, and guide people to a buying decision and earn your commission, all from the comfort of your home. So to make this successful for you, here are the conditions to it. Number one, you need to have access to internet connection. Number two, have a personal computer. Number three, fluent English. And number four, have a never give up spirit to make this business work. So understand that this is not a get rich quick scheme. By that, I mean that it's not something that you put money and tomorrow you're expecting results, but it's something that could change your life forever. Now, for those of you who don't know me and you probably stumbled on this, they shared this to you and you're like, let me just join and hear what this guy has to say. My name is Bruno Nwogu. Somebody was asking, is this the real Bruno Nwogu? And then he asked me, why do you have just 6K followers on TikTok? And I was like, guy, they banned my account. Like TikTok took down one of my my previous account, and instead of waiting for them to repeal the ban and all of that, I just created another one, right? And we're already at 6K. And so if you're hearing this, go follow me on TikTok. So my name is Bruno Nwogu. I'm a high ticket closer, a TEDx speaker with nearly 200,000 followers across my social media platforms. And in the last 2 years, I've made over $200,000 in commissions and $2.5 million in revenue for my clients selling high ticket offers. I've trained over 500 students from different countries in the world to do the same. That is a screenshot of my X profile. Right now, that was when it was taken. Right now, it's over 140,000 followers. On Twitter, or formerly known as X, I am known as the Einstein of marketing. And here are what people have said about me. This is Thomas, one of the person I worked with. Like, quick shout out to Bruno. He's earned the title Einstein after what I just witnessed. I was having trouble getting back-end conversions. Now I know exactly why. Wish I could explain more. Too long, didn't read. If you sell a thing and it's expensive, you should hit him up. George Stein Grammar Hippie, who is $1 million copywriter, says Bruno is the king of high ticket sales. These are what people have said, not me. This is one of the clients I worked with as a closer. Vinny says, also, I wanted to say great work closing out the month on a high note. I saw that the closing rate doubled. I'm very happy with your ability to turn things around and increase your close rate. You are a great closer, Bruno. This on the left hand is one of my students. Good evening, everyone. I just want to share my progress. So in 4 days, I've been able to close 3 sales, 1 for a particular product and 2 sales out of the 3. The last person wasn't even a good fit. The prospect's objections were too much and I thought I wouldn't close the sale. Then I remember what Bruno Nwogu said. Thought about how to pitch your offer to be more valuable than their money. Boom, sales closed. All right. I've been able to, because of my lifestyle, because of all I've been able to achieve, I've been able to meet people like Vusi Tembekwayo, who is a serial entrepreneur, and founder of My Growth Fund, or an venture partner. So I want to ask you, do you guys recognize Vusi? How many of you know Vusi Tembekwayo? Okay, I can see. Great. Exactly. Big fan of Mr. Vusi. I know him. I'm a big fan also. Exactly. I had a conversation with him. Amazing man. Really brilliant guy, right? So I even had an interview with this story is very funny because I don't want to go into it because it's going to derail us, but I didn't pay for this. I literally just woke up one day and saw myself on the news. How? I put my story on LinkedIn and literally people were like, this is amazing, this is inspiring. And for those of you who can't see it, is how my third class degree failure inspired me to become a millionaire. Bruno Nwogu is on the Tribune. You can Google it, you can see it there. And I'm showing you all of this to prove that I'm not just giving you empty words. This is real. This is my life. So just so we're clear, I wasn't born rich. All right. I know many people assume that when someone is doing well, they must have inherited wealth from their parents, but that wasn't my case. In fact, I built this thing from the ground up. All right. Just so you know, I wasn't born rich at all. I was born into a middle class family where many times we even, struggled for certain things that you also struggled with, right? I graduated with a third class. Yes. You guys don't know this, but I graduated with a third class. All right. And I worked in the gym. In the gym, I was probably earning $80 a month, which was, as a then, if you convert it to Naira, I was taking out 10,000 Naira home. So my journey to making money online started with losing money. I fell for Ponzi schemes. For some of you, I don't know. Did some of you fall for CBEX, right? Some of you fell for CBEX, right? Well, I didn't fall for CBEX. I didn't even know about CBEX till it crashed. That's how disconnected I was from it. All right. So most people fell for Ponzi schemes. I fell for it too. Right? And all that stuff. I lost a lot of money and I learned the hard way what doesn't work. You see, at the point I even thought making money online was impossible until 2020 when lockdown came. So during the COVID-19 lockdown, like many others, I lost my gym service job, right? The one that I said was paying me just about $80 a month, which was like 10,000 Naira take home. That means if I deduct what I'm earning versus what I'm spending on transport, I had like 10,000 Naira, right? So I lost that job and literally I had no idea of what I was now going to do because now I was doing my NYSC. Now on July 5th, 2020, I experienced an incident that changed my life forever. So I was taking the public transport to church, right, in Lagos, for those of you that know Lagos. And I was using this black iPhone 7, right? And as I was using this black iPhone 7, I now went to sit down in the middle of the bus. I sat down in the middle of the bus and I went to sit down by the window side. As I brought out this iPhone 7, right, literally, somebody just snatched it out from my hand. Like they peeled it from my hand. I watched as the guy and the person just disappeared into the darkness. I was wondering whether I should go and pursue the person, but I was like, if I pursue this person, what if I do not come back, right? So it was at that moment that I realized that was the biggest asset I owned. And so some days after that incident, I started asking myself some ridiculous questions like, guy, was I a failure? Like, because this was the third time in 2 years that my phone was stolen. Third time. Imagine having your phone being stolen 3 times in 2 years. So I had to ask myself, like, bro, what do I need to change my life? Because now I'm in a lockdown. I don't have a job. I don't have a phone. What am I going to do? The same way some of you right now in your life, you're probably in a position where it feels like you're at the bottom end of things. Like it can't even get worse than this. Like things are not going well. Probably you're about on the verge of losing your job, losing your source of income, and you're in a similar situation. I want you to know that I was exactly where you are. And I realized that my problems were simple. I lacked skills. You see, many of you today, you think that your problem is that I don't have money. No, your problem is that you are not the kind of person who makes money online. If you were the kind of person who had the skills to make money online, you will be making money online. So your problem is not money. Your problem is that you're not the person who makes that kind of results. And until you become the kind of person who makes that kind of results, you will never make that kind of results. Many of you want to get the outcome without the process or the identity. No, see, a dog barks because it is a dog. You behave like a human being because you are a human being. Dangote, all these guys, they make money because they are wealthy, right? They became wealthy people because they did the things, they had the identity of what makes somebody wealthy. It wasn't when they now made money they became wealthy. No, they had the skill sets, the advantages, the character, the beliefs, all these things that made them wealthy. And then they did it and then they became wealthy. So for many of you, your mindset is that, oh, I don't have money, that's why I am. It's because I am not this person. That is why I don't have money. I don't have the skills. I don't have the beliefs. I don't have the character. That's why I'm not this person. So I realized that I couldn't do anything beyond what the average person could do. So I had to do something about it. So on July 9, 2020, I made a decision that changed my life. I bought a program. That program completely transformed my perspective on making money online. It was a program about selling other people's products online, something that opened my eyes, to new possibilities and opportunities. And within a month of taking this program, I made my first $1,000. Right? From then on, I continued to make $1,000 to $2,000 consistently. I now won a car. All right. This program was called affiliate marketing. I started as an affiliate marketer. For many of you who know me from my days of affiliate marketing, you can tell I won a car from my expert near affiliate marketing. I was one of the top affiliate marketers. In fact, most of the people you respect in affiliate marketing now, if you're still in that industry, came because of people I taught, not even me. I taught other people. Those people now taught the people you call boss or chief or chairman, whatever it is, right? So I now realize certain challenges with the affiliate marketing industry. All right. Number one is that anybody can just come into your industry, right? And start promoting the same products you're promoting to the same audience you're promoting it. You now have a lot of competition, which makes the market saturated because everybody's promoting the same thing to the same audience in the same way. So I needed to find an opportunity to make unlimited money without having to worry about lead generation because I didn't like looking for customers or looking for prospects. All right. And I didn't want to also have a product because, creating a product, trying to market it, all of that was something else on its own. Right. So my research led me to high ticket closing. And I quickly discovered how lucrative it is and how easily it can be learned and mastered. And it took me months to fully understand how high ticket closing work. I mean, months of trial and error. I spent over $15,000 to learn and perfect this skill. And trust me, it was exhausting, but I was determined to find the right strategy for mastering it. And after all these months, I finally discovered the truth. For those of you who can see, but this is a picture of me in Dubai. This is a picture of me on my way out of the country, right? So now I can make as much money as I want anywhere in the world. I have a skill. I have become the person who can make money online, who can close high ticket deals. For many of you, your goal is not the money. I know, well, I'm going to show you how you make $1,000 to $5,000. But the truth is that if you're here thinking that, oh, my goal is just how, the goal is how can I become the person? Because when you become the person, you will make the money. If you are a human being, you will behave like a human being. If you're a dog, you bark. If you are a wealthy individual, if you're the kind of person who makes money online, you will make money online. That's just the fact. This is me in Zanzibar. This was me in Zanzibar, right? This was when I landed Mombasa. Now I have the freedom of time and location to live in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Nigeria. I bought myself a Benz 2 years ago. I bought myself a Benz from high ticket sales, and I built relationship with one of the top 1% people in the world, right? I've sold over $2.4 million in products, and I've netted over 200K in commissions in just 24 months. That's when I bought the Benz. That was the day Gongo I bought that Benz, right? This was when me and my guys hung out with Vusi Tembekwayo, one of the most influential people in Africa. So I want you to know, if you believe that this could be you soon, right? If you see and realize that, look, there's nothing so special about this Bruno. I know that this guy, if I put in the work, I can become the kind of person who makes this amount of money. Maybe not $200,000, in 24 months, but you can become the kind of person who makes $1,000 to $5,000 every month. If you believe that if you put in the work, right, you can become that person. I want you to type "I'm ready" in the comments. All right, I can see I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, over ready. Okay, good. Look, for those of you, I know because I know that there are some people that are still here, they are skeptical, right? My results speak for me. I guarantee you, go and Google my name, Bruno Wogu, check out remote high ticket sales. Proof upon proof upon proof. I do these things. I close deals. It is what I do for a living. Every day of my life, I'm asking myself, how can I be better than the best? Look at that screenshot. 2 sales today. This was 9.5K, $950, another $500, 1,300 and $1,450 in 1 day commission, meaning I made $1,450 in 1 day, as commissions, right? Because I closed just 2 deals. One deal was 9.5K, another deal was $5,000. The other one, 7.6K closed. This one, 11K closed, right? On the right is my students. So look, that's literally money that came into my account, because some people are like, Bruno, this money, is it entering your account? Yes. As you can see, that was money that came into my account. All right, $3,000, $5,000 plus. These are what my students have had to say about me. I'm not just getting this result. So my students too are also getting results like this. I want to read this for you because I want you to hear this, because I really want to hear this before I skip over and jump over. My newfound skills caught the attention of an international organization I had previously done a small project for. When they had an opening, I applied and aced the interview thanks to my enhanced communication and sales abilities. While I have since moved beyond pure closing roles, the ROI from the course has been remarkable in unexpected ways. Today, I train our partner institutions in sales and marketing, a key responsibility in my current position. The knowledge gained from the COC, that's my community, has proven invaluable as I coach staff members and leadership teams from across finance and insurance institutions. The consistent positive feedback on my training sessions validates the transformation I underwent. Guys, it's not about the money, it's about who you become, the transformation. Most incredibly, this career shift has allowed me, because he has now become the person, to travel to countries I could only dream about 3 years ago. The skills I have gained consistently generated at least $2,000 monthly. Here, the last part, even during slower months. The COC didn't just teach me closing techniques, it opened doors to opportunities I never imagined possible. This is to say, yes, your course has been helpful, boss. I can't wait to begin the COC sessions. I celebrate you. Good. Look, guys, see, I understand that some of you may be busy or lack time. All right. I see some people are saying, oh, I'm getting tired already. It's fine. This is not for you. I'm going to be sharing with you how to make $1,000 to $5,000 monthly, and you're already getting tired. Then this is not for you, my dear. It's not. Look, if you have the patience to stay until the end of this free training and follow every step in the high ticket sales I'm about to reveal to you, you will transform your life completely. Because you can't make thousands of dollars without waiting for months. All right. So for those of you who have agreed to stay to the end of this webinar, I want you to type "I agree" in the comments. Let's dive into the meat of things. All right. I see. I agree. All right. Good. Okay. So there's a common saying and belief among people, right? I want to address this one because I addressed it on the group, but I'm going to address it again. So for some people that are live, all right? So there's a common saying among people that say a businessman never reveals the secret of his business. Or if you're really making money with this business, you won't share it with others. But here's the big question. Why am I sharing all of this with you instead of just keeping the secrets to myself? Why? Why am I sharing it with you guys? For those of you who are already following me, you already know why I do this. All right, but here's the reason for sharing this secret with you. Number one is that there's a hot market for this business model, and there's consistent opportunity to make thousands of dollars. Secondly, which is more important, is that your success does not affect mine. You see, it is look, there are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million people, million businesses advertising on Facebook every day, and they all need closers. I am just one person. How many of them can I close for? Don't you realize that this is a skill? You're offering a service to business owners. I can't do this for more than 2 companies at a period of time. So it doesn't make sense for me to hide it. I will not be benefiting. Don't you get? I will be on calls like from morning to evening or from afternoon to evening, right? Because I want to take sales calls or many sales calls. How will I now still be hiding updates? It doesn't make sense, right? So what you're going to learn in this free training is, number one, a brief introduction of high ticket sales and how it works. And number two, 2 easy steps to go from 0 to pro. And the one and only shortcut to becoming a high ticket closer, earning thousands of dollars a month, allowing you to replicate my money making system and how I've made over 200K, selling over $2.4 million worth of products and services. So let's do a brief introduction to high ticket sales. Are you guys ready? Are you with your writing materials, your pen and paper? Are you with your writing materials? Are you ready to take some notes? All right, good. All right, let's go. A brief introduction of high ticket sales and how does it work. What is high ticket sales? How does it work? So high ticket sales closing is the art of selling high ticket expensive products or services. Now, when we say high ticket, let me break it down for you. High ticket is the opposite of what? Low ticket. So when we say something is low ticket, we mean it's cheap. It's like tomato, gala, all this amount. High ticket means it's expensive. All right. So when we say high ticket, just think low ticket, meaning it is expensive. It's expensive. That's what it means. And so these are products or services that are in UK or US, right? Anything above $2,000, $3,000 plus, right? Typically, I want you to sell things that are $5,000 thereabout, right? And the job or what you get to do is to close the sale. And in return, you earn a percentage on each sale as a commission. All right. Now, the minimum commission earned on a sale is usually 10%. And you just get to have 30 to 60 minutes conversation with a prospect, and you can close 10 to 15 sales per month, which can easily put $1,000 to $5,000 or more in a month. Your earnings depend on your work rate and the commission structure agreed upon with the business owner, since you're helping them increase their sales. Does that make sense, guys? I know that I've not explained everything because I know some of you are like, what kind of products, what kind of services? But first of all, does that first part make sense? Good. Now, some of you are probably wondering, why would a business owner pay me this amount of money just to speak to prospects who have already shown interest in buying? So I'm going to walk you through what this process looks like, but just stay with me. Now, have you ever heard of this phrase, sales is the lifeblood of a business? How many of you have heard of this phrase, sales is the lifeblood of a business? Good. Because selling high-ticket products, expensive products, actually require some more effort than selling low-price offers like Gala and all of these, cheap products, 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira products. Those are low-ticket products. We're talking about thousands of dollars, right? Now, because business owners need sales for their business to survive and grow, but they can't spend all the time, all right? They can't spend all their time taking sales calls because, yes, sales is the lifeblood of a business, but there are other parts of a business. There's managing the team, there's fulfillment, there's customer service, there's marketing. And a normal business owner will run mad trying to do all these things themselves. Is that clear? Gotcha. So now let me walk you through what a funnel for high ticket product is. So pay attention, guys. And for those of you who are on Zoom, you guys can see this, right? So let me explain to you what happens. A business owner here advertises or uses their organic audience or their following, all right, and advertises on Facebook, Instagram, Google, whatever it is, LinkedIn, but they do adverts. So they are advertising on all these platforms. They might even advertise on TikTok, right? And now they send people to a webinar or video sales page. So they send people to a presentation like this and all of that, right? And to a webinar or a video sales page that has their offer. All right. And then when they send these people to this video sales page, one of the call to action there is for them to book a call. All right. It's for them to book a call. Let me see if I can share with you guys what that looks like in action. Let me see if I can show you guys what it looks like. All right, so guys, let me show you. So I'm going to use the company I work with as an example to make it much more practical for you guys. So all right, let me share my screen now. Can you see my screen now? Right? Can you see my screen? Let me come here and let me help people on TikTok. Can you see my screen, guys? All right. So this is my company, and we're running ads to this page. All right. This page is targeting people who sell through appointment-based businesses. All right. And so it sends them to this page. Okay. Can you see my screen? So it sends them to this page. All right. They read this, and then they have two options. They have a done for you solution. They can click on this. When they click on this, this is what happens. They say, I want video access. All right. I put my name, I put my details, and as you can see, there is, I have to filter. So they're trying to filter me and see if I'm qualified for this conversation. So they put this, all of this, right? How much is the business making? If I put any amount here, I put 1 million to this, I put my phone number, I put my name, and I want video access, right? And once I click on this, it will send me to a VSL. I don't want to put this so that it doesn't mess up the tracking and all of that. But it will send me to a VSL. That VSL is a video sales letter. All right. That video sales letter will now explain what this funnel is, what this process is, and how it works. All right. Does that make sense, guys? At least does that part make sense? Good. So let me now continue explaining this. So the business, this is the funnel. So the business owner is doing ads, just like my business. It sends them to a page like that. All right. They watch they put their details, they watch the information, and then they book a call. This call is booked to your calendar. All right. Let me show you what my calendar was like. All right. I'm going to show you what my calendar was like. Let me show you what my calendar was like a few weeks ago. Okay. So if I go to, so as you can see, right? So these people booked on my calendar. Can you see? Right? These people booked on my calendar. These people booked on my calendar, right? These ones didn't show up. This one's, so these are people that booked on my calendar. If I go back again on Friday, so I didn't need to do anything to get these people to book on my calendar. The company is already investing in ads to get these people to book on my calendar. So I can see that this is 3 p.m. my time. These ones are people that cancel. These are some errors. This is 9 p.m. my time. This is on Wednesday. This was 10:30 p.m. my time, 9:30 p.m. So on average, I take about maybe 3 to 4 calls per day. So the rest of the day, I can do whatever it is I want to do. All right. The rest of the day, I can do whatever it is I want to do. All right. I set the time that I want to work. Right? I set the time that I want to work. So back to this. So they book a call with me, and then I have a conversation with them. Some of you saw that conversation. And then if they close, they become a paying client. I don't need to do anything in this process. I just need to show up, take my calls, close the deals, and get paid. Guys, how do you think about that? What do you think about that? Is that cool or not? Is that something you'd like to do? Stress-free, great, exactly, right? Someone says, awesome. Cool. Any paperwork involved? Nope. All right. So let's continue because we're just diving into it. So back to the business owner. All right. So back to the business owner, right? He cannot take all the calls, all this conversation coupled with running a business because he doesn't have the time and energy to do so. All right. And that is where you come in. That's where you come in. Here's how much an average high ticket closer makes. This is an average. This year, annual salary, $40,000. This is average, meaning 50% of people. Right? These are different parts of the world. And all you need to do again is to just hop on calls with these people who have already shown interest in the business's offer. And 95% of the time, they either already know the price and they just need clarity about the product. And the reason is because if somebody is going to spend $5,000 on something, they'll need to be sure that it can do whatever it is they hope it can do, right? And is the best offer for them, right? Abi, how many of you will spend that amount of money just by seeing something on the internet without talking to somebody first? This is how much, as you can see, how much they make monthly. So I want you to understand that. I want to understand that the demand for high ticket closers is high. All right. And it never gets old. It never does. All right. As you can see, always searching for high ticket closers. Always searching for high ticket closers. So the good news now is that everyone here can master the skills and start making money. This is one of my students who was like jumping on sales calls with a smile. Some small talk and dive right into discovery after. Bruno Wogo, how this is how we have no. Basically, he was just sharing his how he was doing his stuff with me. These are my students, right? I asked Paul, one of my students, says, how much did you make in your first month? $1,800. First month, guys. See it. I'm not whining you. This is one of my students. 3 sales closed. This is Gabriel Ojo. I want you to pause and read that. Someone says, why didn't I know about high ticket closing long before now? This blows my mind. I closed a $3,200 offer today. Says, like, is that how things work? Why would you agree to pay that much without asking for testimonials? How easily this skill positions you as an expert to a prospect, it's mind-blowing. So I want to know, how many of you would love to learn how to get started as a high ticket closer in the next 60 to 90 days? I want to know in the comments. Awesome. I can see I'm ready. I'm interested. Okay, cool. So there are two ways to go from zero to pro in high ticket sales. All right. Two ways. Number one is you have to develop the skill of high ticket closing. And you have to start by understanding the fundamentals of high ticket sales. Like, this is the basics, the fundamentals, like I said, right? Now, what is this fundamental? This involves recognizing potential clients, comprehending these high ticket products and services. So, for example, let me see if I can share with you guys. So right now I'm working with two business owners. So you can work with more than one business owner. I advise you don't work with more than two. All right. Because if you work with more than two, you can't even handle the workload, right? So don't work with more than two business owners because it doesn't make sense. Right? Just cut off the one that is not paying you the most money. So you have to first of all understand the business. Let me share with you one of the calls I had recently. That was yesterday, where I closed a $4,000 deal. I am looking for that link. Okay, we've almost found it. Okay, found it.
Like right away.
Let me share with you. This is a new offer I'm on, right? So for those of you who are like, oh, Bruno, I don't know. Would they teach me? Blah, blah, blah. You have all these questions. Let me share with you. This is a new offer that I'm on. Like, I literally just started yesterday. Let me share with you guys. Can you see the screen? Can you see my screen? Okay, good. So I'm just going to play a small part of it, right? Okay. If you don't mind me asking, this might sound like a very simple question, but why right away?
I mean, if I'm getting all the details on, like, it looks like this is, if I understand your question, if there's and if this is something that I can get my business goals, why not do it? Why wait? You know.
That's a really good question, because sometimes you talk to people, and Austin can run a witness with this. You talk to people who they see that they can get to themselves, but for some reason, maybe out of fear, out of the wrong thinking, the wrong mindset, they still want to wait. So I just want to be sure if you're that kind of person, or you're actually the kind of person who wants to go after the goal and get their goals. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, yeah. If the more you wait, the more. If you wait, you're just gonna waste more time, honestly. So
So I just wanted you to see that, right? Again, this is like an hour call. Most of my students get to see my calls like this. Those people who are in my coaching group, right? That's the benefit that they get. So back to our class, okay? But basically, in that coaching group, you get to see exactly how I close deals. I also, don't worry, we'll talk about all of that. How long does it take for you to understand the product? We'll come to Q&A. Right now, we're not in Q&A. We'll come to Q&A. Stay to the end of the class. We're going to have Q&A sessions, okay? So number one is you start by understanding the fundamentals of high ticket sales closing. All right. You need to understand who your profile, your customer is. All right. Understand the psychology of high ticket buyers. And what that means is that there's a skill required in talking to them to assist them in decision making. You can't just tell somebody, come and buy this thing, come and buy this thing, come on. No. That's how the average person who doesn't have sales experience talks. Your goal is that you want to get them to desire to want to work with you. And you use questions. You do that by asking the right questions the right way. You don't say things like, oh, buy this drink, right? You ask like, hey, are you feeling thirsty? When was the last time you had a drink? Right? You ask them questions that lead them to wanting to want to work with you. You also actively listen. In my coaching sessions with my students, I was telling them that, look, you don't persuade with your mouth, you persuade with your ears, right? Because there are times the prospect will say something that if you're not paying attention, you will miss out on it, and that will be information you need to close the deal. Number three, storytelling. You see, storytelling is a deep human skill because people have always been telling stories. People have always been telling stories. All right. You need to be able to communicate that, hey, look, like for example, a prospect tells you, yeah, man, this feels like it's really challenging. You're gonna be like, I totally understand. You see, you remind me of one of our clients. His name is Jason, and Jason was exactly in a situation like you. He's a father of three, and he was also feeling the same way, right? And what I told him that we should just look at, we should ignore how he felt in the moment, right? And let's look at what exactly he could achieve with this, right? The kind of person he could become from doing this, right? And guess what happened? Guess what happened? So because Jason followed exactly what we told him, guess how much he made last month? He made $1,000. No, he made $3,000 from everything we told him to do. If we gave you the same instructions, we gave you the same roadmap, would there be any reason why you wouldn't make the same money just like Jason did? Right? And boom, you get them thinking about the solution, right? Sales closed. Sales closed, guys. You put $100 in your pocket, 300, 500. Do that 5 times in a month. 500, 1,000, $5,000. Guys, are you with me? Number 4, objection handling. Objection handling. Now, your buyers have objection. Oh my God, Bruno, this is so expensive, right? You hear that. Oh, I need to talk to my partner. It's not the right time. All of this. In my advanced class, I teach you one thing you need to do, which is to pre-handle objections. But let's just say you're a beginner closer, you're just starting out. I'm going to show you exactly how to handle objections. So the first thing you do is that you basically just agree with them. You say, hey, man, truly, I understand you, right? And then the second thing you do is you isolate the objection, right? So you say, money aside though, so let's say they tell you the money is the issue. You say, money aside though, right? If the money wasn't the problem, do you think would you do this? If I gave you $10,000 right now, would you do it? Would you invest in this program? They say, yes, I will. You say, okay, why would you invest in the program? Well, because I think I'll get the result. I like what you guys do. I see your students are getting the results, blah, blah, blah. Say, got you then. So let me ask you this. Let's forget about the money for a moment. Let's fast forward. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you are making $5,000 every month, right? You're driving that car. Your parents see you, right? And they look at you and they are proud of you. And they tell you, wow, you did it. You said you were going to do this and you actually did it. And for this, I'm proud of you. I want to ask you, in that moment, would you regret investing $3,000 in a program like this to get there? What did we do? We went from thinking about the price to thinking about the results that they're going to get, right? Boom, you handled our objection. And then you pitch and you close. So the program is going to be $3,000. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get this, you're going to get that, you're going to get that. After that, we're going to walk you through how you do this, which will then allow you to do this, do this, do this. And 3 months from now, you'll be able to do X, Y, Z. Boom, sales closed. Look, this is a summary, all right? I'm not, of course, there's a lot more to it, but I'm just giving you guys high level overview of this thing. So this is just a summary of developing high ticket closing skills. I mean, there's more to it, but it covers the essentials, okay? So if you can just learn and master the approaches I talked about here, then look, you're already ready to take the first step in getting started. So are you ready for the next step? Are you ready for the next step? Good. So the next step is for you to identify businesses that are selling high ticket products. This second step is where the money is made. All right? Is where the money is actually made. Because business owners who sell expensive products and services are often in the US, UK, Australia, and Europe. All right? And they'll be able to pay you the commission you need. All you need to do is to be able to get their attention. So number one is you can send an outreach message. That means you send them a DM or cold email explaining how you can help them sell the expensive products. Number two is that you can apply for jobs through portals like LinkedIn, Indeed, all right? Now, this is just you getting the opportunity to sell their products for them. This is not you. This is not how you're going to be selling their products. So you're not going to be doing outreaches, okay? This is just, hey, you're a business owner. I have this skill. I want to help you do this. And you tell them, look, don't pay me a salary. Pay me whenever I close deals. Almost no business owner will tell you no. If you're good at what you do, if you master this skill, there's no business owner that will tell you no, because every business owner is looking for a closer that can sell for them. And so it is that simple. You get the skills and you look for business owners. So now, after mastering these two steps, all you need to do next is start printing dollars, all right? But there's one last piece of the puzzle, just one last piece of the puzzle. But before I review this last piece of the puzzle, here are what my students are doing with this information I just shared with you. This guy just made his first set of calls. So I want to ask you guys, sorry about that. I want to know, have you gotten any value today, guys? Any value at all? Good. If they tell you remote high ticket sales, do you now know how it works? Is it very clear how it works? Amazing. So let's have a quick recap of what we've learned today. Number one is we've done a brief introduction of high ticket sales and how it works. And number two, we've seen the steps that are required to go from zero to pro. That is, you develop the skill of high ticket closing. And number two is you identify businesses selling high ticket products. Now, so now you understand all you need to get started as a high ticket closer. Let me also share with you this. The demand for high ticket closing. To show you that every day there are people who are looking for high ticket sales closers. All right, so this is a group I'm on, right? And this is the job board. I want you guys to see. Can you see my screen? So let me just I want to go fast so that you see that every single day they are hiring. Now, some people will say, oh, they want someone in the US base, right? And the reason most of the time they say that is because sometimes lots of Indians, people who don't speak English will apply. And because they can't filter out people who speak English fluently or not, they will say they want only people in US, right? But that's not true, because if you can close and you can speak fluently, like they hear you, they are wondering, damn, did this person grow up here or grow up, outside? Then you can apply for these roles, right? Just you hiring. We are hiring. And there's also setters, meaning there are some people who they'll tell you, okay, you know what, instead of starting as closers, you can start as setters. Setters are just basically the people who help the closers get the call. So the setters don't have to bother about closing the deals. They just have to bother about ensuring that the qualified lead shows up to the meeting. It's as simple as that. High-end closers, look at that, $30,000 to $50,000 per month opportunity. Looking for 5 closers for real estate offer. Higher entry, high-level closers. So it's DM setters. Need a closer for an AI biz up launch. High-end closer now. High-end closers, like, bro, every single day, like all you're seeing here is Airbnb coaching. This is similar to the one I'm selling, right? Looking for a closer. Right? I'm looking for a high ticket closer. Right? So there is so much opportunities out there. So much opportunities. All right. So can you guys see the demand that there is for people like you who have the skills, who have the ability, who are willing to actually make this work? Can you see the demand? What about resume and portfolios? They don't ask you for your resume and portfolios. Again, we will get to Q&A, okay? So now you understand all you need to get started as a high ticket closer, all right? I want to ask you, do you think the information I've shared with you so far is enough to get you started? Let me know, guys. Do you think is enough to get you started? So yes, someone says no, not really. I say yes, it is great presentation. Not really. Yeah. So mixed signals. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. I say no, not enough, but good start. Cool. Someone says we need the skills part. So here's the truth, right? To be honest, what I've shared with you so far is just a glimpse of how high ticket closing works. There's still a lot more you need to know to get set up for success fast. So this, what's the last piece of this puzzle? All right. The shortcuts, to shortcut your success, the last piece is to learn from an expert. This is the final piece, all right, to fast track your success in mastering IT skills. Because the truth is, you can take everything I've shared with you and begin your journey, go on YouTube and spend years to learn it. In fact, I know a lady that actually did that. She spent years to learn it, right? And then finally she was like, God, Bruno, if I'd learned from you, I'll have just saved myself time. So I said, I just saved myself time. Now, I've personally invested over $15,000, all right, perfecting this skill, and I've turned it into a money-making machine. I've generated over $2.4 million in revenue in the past years, taking over 200K in commissions. This is the secret behind how I earned over $200,000 in commissions and selling over $2.4 million worth of products and services. I want to share with you a case study of one of my students. His name is Brendan. His name is Brendan. Let me look for his story. All right, let me share my screen because I found him. All right.
Hey, what's up? My name is Brendan Ryan. Hey, what's up? My name is Brendan Ryan. I am a budding entrepreneur. I currently work as a pharmacist and I'm trying to kill my job. Before I started working with Bruno, my sales skills were fairly limited, even though I knew that I really liked sales. It was something that I didn't have a lot of experience in. But more importantly, I think I was really limited in terms of my mindset. And I decided to start working with Bruno because I was in a cohort with him and I noticed how selfless he was and how knowledgeable he was about sales and marketing in particular. And I wanted to be like him. I'd say the best part about working with Bruno was the value that he brought on every single call. Just being able to sit down and talk to him really helped me sort out a lot of the issues that I was having in my life. So if you're out there sitting on the fence, not sure about whether or not you should sign up to work with Bruno or go into mentorship with Bruno, I would absolutely do it now because I really believe that Bruno is going places and it's probably going to be a lot more expensive in the future. I would highly recommend his services to anybody.
Let's see what other people have had to say about Bruno so that you see it's not me. All right. So this is actually my profile for those of you who think, like, is this Bruno Gongon? Maybe you still think that. So this is my profile. This was my old TikTok account that got taken down. Anyways, I want to show you what some other people have said about me.
If you're watching this video anytime in 2023 or probably even 2024, I want to warn you, stay very, very far.
Somebody asked me, how long have you been doing this? That's how long I've been doing it. So do the maths.
Bruno, because he's mine. You can't have him. He's too good. His close rate is just too damn high. He leaves our clients happily paying pretty large sums of money. So for a bit of context, my name's Tom from VHTV Media. We do cold traffic funnels for coaches. We had a real problem a few months back where we suddenly had a little too much success. Like we were taking the calls ourselves and the call volume just became overwhelming. So we reached out to Bruno just because we needed somebody, and he's absolutely blown us away. So basically, we had no time to train him. We told him what the offer does and sort of where the line is, how far he's allowed to push, and without even knowing what's inside the program, he already, like, I don't know how much he increased our close rate, but it was by a lot, and everything was just so smooth. And then he's learned from basically every single person that he spoke to. He's getting to know the offer better and better, and the close rate is just astronomical. Yeah, like I was saying, Steve, very far away from the guy, because if I find out that you've poached him, look out. But if you're just looking to learn from him, go for it. I cannot recommend him enough. He's given me some tips that have helped with all kinds of sales. I have no idea what's inside this program, but if Bruno's putting it out, you should absolutely try it.
That's just one of them, right? This is me. All right, so let me expand this. This was when one of the clients that I work with, right? I made so much money for him that period. We paid him $75,000 net profit in one single month. Guys, you don't understand what I just said. I said we paid him $75,000. This guy, as you're seeing him, some of you might know him. His name is Professor Charlie T. Let me show you exactly what he said, because he quoted this tweet, right? Okay, probably has deleted it. But anyways, he quoted this tweet and he was like, wow, this is true. Everything here is that. Let's see also one of my other clients.
Bruno, he's been working with us in the past 4 months-ish, and this guy's an absolute killer when it comes to closing big ticket deals, high ticket deals. And that is a core fundamental of our business and our offer, is the ability to have a closer in our team who can close high ticket sales. And that's exactly what Bruno came in for. He goes, hey guys, I see that you guys need a high ticket closer. I have something I 100% can do, and I could do very effectively. I mean, he's closed high ticket sales up to 50.5K paid in full all at once. Was probably more than $100,000 in the past 4 months. And I'm super happy that we have him on the team and helping us out and building out a good set of closer pipelines that we can use, as well as having very good closer fundamentals that I know that I can rely on for every person that hops in a call with him. I know that I can rely on him to close that person, or make sure that I get proper feedback back. That I can feed over to my team to make sure that our ads and our system and our funnels are better, so that he can continue to close higher ticket sales, which I can do. So I highly recommend Bruno. I highly recommend working with Bruno at some capacity when it comes to closing, or even if he's teaching you anything. Don't know if he is yet, but if he teaches this, I would highly recommend listening to him and what he teaches, because not only can he do it, but he also walks the walk. So highly recommend it.
And I think that is the most important part I wanted you to hear. It's not just, oh, if he's doing it, if anybody is doing it, they will not teach you. Nobody who is actually making money will teach you how to do it. No, there's a lot of money in this thing. Well, there's no need to, there's no need to be hiding it. All right. So let's begin to wrap up. So guys, look, now you have literally two options, all right? Number one is that you can choose to hit the internet and you try to piece everything together. And with months of trial and error before you start first seeing your first result. Or the truth is that you can choose to learn directly from someone who's already done it. Someone who has invested $15,000 in mastering this skill and has taken home over $200,000 in the last year and has figured exactly how to make it work. If you choose option one and prefer to figure things out your own, that's totally fine. We can call it a day here. But what I'm about to share next is for only those who want my guidance to fast track their success. Okay. But if you choose option two, I want to ask you to give me just the next 10 minutes to show you everything I've put together for you something that can almost guarantee that you will make at least $1,000 to $5,000 within the next 90 days with this skill of called remote high ticket sales. Are you ready? Are you ready, guys? Let me know in the chat. Are you ready? Allow me to introduce to you Close Like a Pro. It's a complete beginner's guide to going from zero experience to closing your first $10,000 deal as a sales rep in the next 90 days. Within this program, the first thing you're going to learn is the discovery call frameworks and sales system. How to go from a complete novice, meaning you don't know anything about closing, you've never sold anything in your life before, all right, to closing $3,000, $10,000 deals, like as though you were meant for this. So we'll teach you how to, in this model, we'll teach you how to think like a professional when closing sales and confidently handle any selling situation. You discover the psychology behind buying decisions and how to tap into emotional triggers, build trust, and overcome objections with ease. Now, in this model, we'll now powerfully break down the core principles of human psychology, right? Why do people buy? And how can you trigger this buying desire every single time when you talk to people? Then we'll now get into the 7 secrets to closing every sale. Look, closing sale isn't just about having the best product, crafting the best offer, or making big promises. It's about knowing the key ingredients that determine whether you close the deal even before you hop on the call. If you miss one of these and the chances of closing the deal skyrockets. Here's what one of my students had to say about this. Said, I can confidently close any deal I put my mind to, and I'll recommend Bruno teaching you. Same thing with my students, Stomto. In Module 4, you're going to learn how to engineer trust. You see, trust is the foundation of business. If they don't trust you, they'll never buy from you. It doesn't matter if they like you. If they don't trust you, they won't buy from you. In this module, I'm going to show you how do you establish trust with a complete stranger in minutes. I mean, in minutes. They talk to you. Within 30 minutes, they want to buy from you. How do you do that? You're going to learn how to do that in Module 4. In Module 5, we're going to get my $1 million sales call framework. This is the script that's helped me close over $2 million in sales in just 24 months as a black guy selling high ticket offers. In Module 6, I'll now show you how to handle objections like a pro. You're never going to ever hear, oh, this is not, this objection was the reason I didn't close. Nope. You discover the proven techniques to anticipate and address objections, how to turn objections into a powerful reason to buy, all right? How to stay calm and composed even when you're faced with tough questions, how to reinforce the value of what you're selling. Right? Then you also now find out in part 2 how to find these high ticket offers that pay you $300 per sale, right? I'm going to show you how to do that. From finding the lucrative offers, how to vet them, how to prepare for the interviews, how to present yourself professionally and conduct yourself, all right? How to stand out in the interview process, and how to start getting your commissions and getting paid. So the quick question you guys have been asking me is, how much is a Close Like a Pro program? Now, I want to ask you, how much does it cost to go to a prestigious university and spend 4 years, right? Probably, if you want to go to Harvard or any of these schools, probably $100K, all right? Here are some proof of what you're about to get. This is what some people who have gotten it have said. I have no regret in getting How to Close Like a Pro by Bruno. This is one of my students, got 2 offers, 5.8K, 1K or the offer. That's $580 and $100 whenever I closes a deal. Daniel says the clap course was epic. So what's the investment for the Close Like a Pro? The program is worth $2 million now, right? And I understand your concern, but after spending hundreds of thousands of dollars and a 4-year university, many people still seek alternative source of income. The truth is that high ticket closing offers a faster path and more earnings. Because remember, I spent over $15,000 to learn this skill. And investing in this skill can get you to earn anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 a month, right? Now, but because I truly care about your growth and I know how hard you're working to change your story, I won't charge you that amount. I won't even charge you half of 2M. The truth is that today you can get the CLAP program for $250K only. That's what the program is going to be. That's what it's going to cost. Now, why did I create something that you can make more than a university degree in a fraction of the time and something I spent $15,000 to learn all for just $250K? Well, it's because I've been in your shoes, right? I know how tough it is to think about and work on your financial future. And I know that $250K is a price anyone will pay before leveling up, all right? Anybody who's serious will pay it, all right? Because let's face the fact, you've paid it for your school fees and you didn't even think twice. So I want to make this deal even sweeter, right? So for only 20 people, all right, this is just 20 people that want to get access into the CLAP program today, all right? I'll give you access to the program for just a one-time fee of 50,000 naira. Just 50K. And you can start getting results like this. For those of you who want to do this today, right now, here's the payment details. You send the 50,000 naira here and you let us know. And I'm going to paste the link. You send a screenshot to the WhatsApp contact I'm going to share with you, right? And you'll get access to the program. It is just for today. After today, you're not going to get it for that price. I'm just going through some of the comments. Now, once the 20 persons get in, all right, then you have to pay 250K to get this program. I'm seeing some people that are saying, oh my God, I don't even have XYZ amount of money. Well, the truth is this. That is more reason why you need to get this program. Because if you had this program, you wouldn't be in this position in the first place. You wouldn't be in a position where you don't have money to invest in things that you know will benefit you. So if you don't have money, that is the reason why you should get this program. You should get this skill. Because like I said in the beginning, the problem of not having money is a symptom. The root of that is that you don't have the skills. And if you're going to be the person who has the money, you have to be the person who has the skills. And so this program is not a matter of, will this program work for me? It will work. It just is a matter of, will you become the person who actually does whatever it takes to get their hands and become the person who never struggles with money? That's the decision here today. It's not about, should I invest in this program or not? Whether you invest in it or not, I make money from doing the skill. But if you want to be able to change your story, then you have to make the decision yourself. Someone says, is it possible to pay by 50K tomorrow morning? Please, someone says, can you give some days to meet up with that amount as well? Account details, please. The account details there. I can't promise that I can extend it because that's the truth. The truth is this: once 20 people get in, all right, it is going to be off. I just want to keep my word. So here's my simple guarantee. I'm 100% confident, right, that you make your first $1,000 within the next 90 days. But if you don't, you get your money back. Right? There are terms that apply to this, so there are terms and conditions. Terms and conditions. If you fulfill those terms and conditions and you don't get your money, you don't start making money from this, right? Then you get your money back. This means that you can enroll risk-free, knowing you either get results or your investment back. So for those of you who are outside Nigeria, I'll send you details. Now, just so you know, this program, all right, If you're the first 20 people to join right now, there's even more waiting for you. For those of you who are outside Nigeria, if you're on TikTok, just text me and say outside Nigeria. I'll send the details for you. If you're on my WhatsApp, just message me privately and say outside Nigeria, or comment outside Nigeria, and I'll send the details for you. Number one is the Closer Success Toolkit, right? I'm going to show you how to use the CRM tools. How do I communicate with these leads? Let me share what that looks like for you. Let me share what these leads look like. So this is what the CRM tool is, right? How do you use it? How do you ensure it's properly set up? What do you do? How all of these questions? How do you set up your calendar? How do you ensure that that's not a problem? If you're outside Nigeria, all you just need to do is DM me, because once this live ends, I won't be able to have a conversation with you. So just DM me, all right? DM me now and tell me you're outside Nigeria. So I'm going to share with you exactly all of this, right? How to use it and how to make it work for you. Because some offers will ask you if you have experience using this. Then also, I'll give you access to what is called like a pre-written cover letter and resume template. For those of you who feel like, oh, I need to put this in my resume, you don't need to, but if you want to, that's not a problem. Number 3 is job application checklist and interview preparation guide. This is a checklist that you can follow to ensure that you will absolutely nail any job you get to. Number 4, you have access to a weekly coaching support on my Telegram group. So this is an exclusive community where once a week, depending on you people's interest, I get on Telegram and I answer questions, Q&A, all right? These are some of my community members. Close $4,000 today, 6 payments, close $35,000 deal with my commission of being 3.5K in one conversation. Guys, that could be you. Close 3 sales, making 1.8K in commission. Since I just enrolled in the club training, absolutely worth it. So because you're here today, right, and you decided to be the first 20 people, right, you will get full access to everything I've shared today, including all the bonuses. Once you pay now, just let me know. I'll put the account details and how to contact the person. So here's a recap of what you're getting: the psychology behind closing high-ticket deals, how to close high-ticket deals, the 7 secrets to closing every sale, how to engineer trust like a pro, my $1 million sales call framework, how to handle objections like a pro, how to find and get high-ticket offers. All right? All of this. The bonuses you're also getting. Here is the payment details for those of you who are asking, all right? So just screenshot this now, all right? And I'll share the WhatsApp number to send your proof of payment to. Here's one of our clients, one of our students, rather, closed 50K deal. This is a friend of mine, not my student. Sorry, this is also a friend of mine, not my student, rather. So one more bonus is that for those of you, you get mock interviews, meaning that you're going to practice. Now, for some of you who are going to be in the community, I bring jobs that are like, okay, you know what? People ask me, Bruno, I need closers, and I bring them to the community. All right. So sometimes I also hire people from my community as closers. I also give you a playbook. All right. A playbook for people to, for those of you who are like, okay, in my first 30 days, how can I hit the ground running? It's everything you need as a high ticket closer. All right. These resources are carefully designed to set you up for success on your journey. This is what exactly Brendan Ryan used to leave his job and start earning thousands of dollars too. So here's everything you're getting again. The psychology behind deals, how to close it, the 7 secrets, how to engineer trust, all right? My $1 million sales framework. And you can start getting results like this. So look, today could be the turning point for you. Because I remember attending a similar training years ago. So an opportunity like this came my way, and I decided to take the leap. I invested everything I had, and in 30 days, I made my first $1,000. Now, I'm not saying that you should do the same. All right? I'm not saying that you should do the same. I'm not saying that, if you don't have anything, that's fine. I'm just saying for those of you who know that you can, for those of you who know that you can, this is the best thing that you will do with that 50,000, because whether you like it or not, that money you spend it on something else. That's a fact. That's a fact. But which of what you spend it on will give you the guarantee, the assurance, the skills required to make way more? I think that's the question you need to ask yourself. Not can I afford this, but rather how can I afford this? So for those of you who asked again, this is the payment details, right? Once you do, I'll show you. I'll soon paste the account number, the WhatsApp number for you to send your proof of payment to. So look, you've come this far. You've made it this far. Nobody is coming to save you. If you don't do this, that's fine. But nobody is coming to save you. So just so you know, once the first 20 spots are filled and the price will go back to the Naira amount of what it is. So now, questions.
Hello, Bruno. Do I go ahead?
Oh, wow. I'm muted. Okay, sorry. I didn't even know. Sorry. So let me answer the questions again. How long will it take a person to master this skill? 30 days on average, right? So on average, if you put your mind to it, 30 days. Is it possible for one to close sales without going through the course? Of course, it is. It's just going to be much harder, much longer, and you have to learn from people who don't understand you. So if you go now and Google remote high ticket sales, you see a lot of people there. But most of them might not be able to give you advice and counsel and help you based on the fact that you're not like them. All right. So they teach you things that they don't relate with you because they don't know your struggle. Because I know what it is to be a Black person, an African, trying to sell to high ticket closer, trying to sell to foreigners. I've been there. All right. How do we get companies that are hiring sales rep? I'm going to show you how to do that. How can we verify a legal company to work with? I'll also show you how to do that. Do I need a laptop to start? No, you don't need a laptop to start. All right. How do you know? Someone says, how do you get to know more of the product enough to sell it and answer all the questions? So let me share with you guys what I did. Let me share with you guys what I did with one of my coaches. Not one of my coaches, one of the people I started working with. So on this new offer that I did, I joined let me look for it. 1 second. Let me look for it. Just 1 second. Okay. All right, I found it. So somebody asked, and by the way, I see some people have started making payments. Okay. Interesting. People have already started making payments. Cool. I can see that already. So let me first of all answer that question by sharing this.
Bruno, you hear me?
Yes, I can. Second.
How you doing today?
Can't complain, brother. Just doing all right.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Well, before we jump in,
How have you been? How have you been?
I've been good, man.
So I want to just
Good.
skip to the part. So
Competition
because
this
I want to skip to the part, right? Because you asked me a question. So what we did was
sounds good.
it's called a role play. So we practiced. So watch.
Ready when you are ready.
Yes, I am.
All right, gotcha. Hey, Austin, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today, Bruno?
Man, can't complain. Just staying out of trouble, you know. How's your day going?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Just dropped my kids off at daycare, and then we got about like an hour until I have to start working. So everything's going well.
Gotcha. Also, real quick, please, could you take out the transcriber? I'm not sure why it's.
You want to delete it?
Yeah, just delete it.
Okay.
So basically, I said that I'm showing you guys this particularly because I want you to realize that you will get the opportunity to learn more about the offer, right, from the company. So the company will walk you through exactly how the offer works. Someone says, so you'll be trained on the offer, right? They'll train you before you get started. Where and how do you find the clients who might be potential customers? I show you exactly what to do. All right. Also, in the modules, I show you how to really like learn about an offer really fast. You don't need to learn every single thing. There are just certain things you need to know. In fact, in the offer where I sold it for $1 million plus, I didn't know so much about it. If you heard what one of the videos I played, the guy said we just threw him to the fire. He didn't know so much about the offer and he sold it. So I'm going to show you how to do that too. All right. Okay, so some people have asked, what kind of products do you sell, right? So we sell, for example, in this particular offer, we sell what's called a coaching program, right? So this coaching program teaches people how to get started with co-hosting Airbnb. So I don't want to bore you guys, but the point is that it's a high-ticket coaching program. The minimum price is $4,000. The high price is $7,500. You can sell that. You can sell different coaching programs. I know somebody, one of my students. Let me check this conversation. Let me check my conversation with. So this is one of my students, right? Said just 2 months and I've been able to generate over 38K for my company. This is the result. I don't know if you can see it, right? This is one of my students. As at when he texted me, he had already done over $3,000. So it is literally that straightforward. You can do it without my help if you want to, or if you need my help, here's how to get it. Make payment to these details. Once you do, all right, once you do, I'm going to share the WhatsApp link. This is a WhatsApp link, all right? Text WhatsApp this number only, all right? And then send the proof of payment, and they'll give you access to the program immediately, all right? Send the proof of payment here, and then they'll give you access to the program immediately, all right? Any question, guys? Any question? All right. So for those of you who have actually made payments, congratulations, I can see you. Just send the payment to this link, all right? Send the payment to this account and DM this number and tell them you've made payment and send them the proof of payment. And once they confirm your payment, they're going to get you access to the program, all right? For those of you that are outside Nigeria, I will DM you. Just DM me on TikTok or DM me on WhatsApp if you're on WhatsApp, and I will guide you through how you can make payment, okay? That being said, for those of you who did, congratulations to yourself. You've taken the best decision that you could have. For those of you who are not in a position to decide or make the investment, it is totally fine. Take what you've learned, go on YouTube and start doing something. The world is waiting for most of you. The world is waiting for you to actually do something with the information you've had. I can help you get to these goals faster and guaranteed. Without my help, you could get there. You might get there. But with my help, you will get there, and you'll get there in a much shorter time. So guys, the ball is in your court. Thank you so much for your time. And once it's 20 people, look, once you're ready, send me a message. If we have more than 20 people, I'll tell you. If not, I'll tell you no. All right? Thank you so much, and have an amazing day. For those of you outside Nigeria, just send me a message, okay?